There's been talks that we may start weddings again. What does that mean for the wedding industry? There's going to be some changes, right?
This year was challenging.
It was just very different for us this year, and you know, we're surviving.
I would sum up this year like a roller coaster of emotions.
We got going really quick, and then the pandemic happened.
There was highs that we had projected, didn't end up being able to reach that due to COVID.
The first event, the guest count was about 150 guests, and we didn't know what to expect.
The craziest part is that everyone is in the same boat, but we're all feeling different emotions.
In the beginning, I wasn't really freaked out as much because we're an established company, and I just thought we were gonna make it through it. And then as July rolled in, October rolled in, and now we're in December, things are looking more challenging.
I think in this type of job, it sounds easy where you're thinking it's just point and shoot, but there's so much going on, so much to do, and at the same time you want to give your best.
With what work we did have, it still was so fulfilling, and we got to also realize that this is a good break to kind of come back to ourselves.
We're able to take it slower when we train our team. We're able to concentrate on things that they need to work on, and we're able to target those more and concentrate on those issues and bring them forward for improvement. And I feel this time allowed us to do that.
To be honest, there was a lot of scary moments in this year. There's a point where I was even questioning if this would still be a viable job. And that hurt me so much, actually. But I think that's kind of what turned me right around to say, yes, it is, no matter what this freaking pandemic does. But I think that was the scariest. Financially, and losing something that you truly love doing.
On the outside, I was like, okay, it's fine. It's just a pandemic, we'll get through it. And then on the inside, my body was in turmoil. It was stressed out, and it was manifesting a lot of chronic pain issues were coming back again, new pain issues were coming back again. And I think it was just my body saying, hey, you're stressed out, and everybody's stressed out, but you're stressed out right now. It's okay to take a breath, take some time for yourself, and maybe all the things that you've been kind of repressing because it was go time all the time and business was always a priority for us. Maybe now you get to tend to those things.
But once we got back to it, started training again, it felt like, nothing had really happened, and we just continued that momentum, and now we're going really big next year. So this year was more like from the very beginning, just a pivot, a change. I just jumped into it, and next year is going to be the real test, I feel.
Coming out of the fog, when we finally got to shoot again, I just felt so good. It was an engagement session, and those are always my favorite because it's just you and the couple. There's no one else there. They can truly be who they are, and it felt normal after months of it not being normal at all.
But what happened when the pandemic happened is that my husband finally stayed home.
Being able to breathe, I would say. In the past few years, it's always been hustling, it's always been working and team building, which is all very important. But at the same time, I felt there wasn't enough time for myself. So this year really allowed me to open up, to breathe, and be able to concentrate on other hobbies that I always wanted to try.
And it was guilt-free relaxation for him. So the way that our household works, it's business first, as always. So when he was able to stay home and he was kind of forced to relax and not do anything, it also made me relax, because if he's relaxed, then I'm relaxed. And that's kind of how we turn the gears here at KLV.
Sleeping more hours than usual, hiking more often, camping. I really love the outdoors. So I was able to kind of get my health back on track, and I didn't really realize that it wasn't on track until everything kind of went down.
Seeing myself grow through the weddings, each one, there was a time where it just kind of came together and clicked.
I started seeing the images before taking them, which to me was totally new. Just to start seeing things before they happen and kind of place myself ready for those moments, I think for me was a big step.
And lastly, it also allowed me to spend more time with my wife because I'm always working, I'm always outside, and it's kind of hard. And every time I come back, it's like the evening. So this time really allowed us to spend more time with each other, be able to experience the outdoors, things that we like to do normally.
How I feel about the changes in the wedding industry and the timelines nowadays, honestly, it was quite different because we have a pretty set schedule most of the time. But what was kind of great in the sense that weddings never really run exactly how they're supposed to run, it mentally prepared myself and the team to be able to adapt immediately.
Some of them are literally half the amount that we were used to. So it's a little different, but at the same time, the job is still the same. And even though these weddings are a little bit different, you can still see the love that they have for each other. And I think that's the most important thing, is that's the real product that we're trying to show. We're just reflecting what that love is and showing it to them, So that's the true product. And whether it's 4 hours, 12 hours, I think that's what still comes through.
Honestly, I'm down for it. Whatever changes need to happen so that people feel safe but still are able to celebrate the way that they want to celebrate. I've seen a lot of clients still pull off full-scale weddings, 8 hours, 6 hours, still feel very full, very traditional in the sense of like, hey, we're getting ready, we're doing first look, we've got a wedding party, we've got a tiny little reception. They're doing it in the safest way possible, or that's demanded of them. So I'm so down for any changes that need to happen and for people to feel safe.
I feel that it's great that all the venues have adjusted and everything is outdoors. I mean, preferably, I always like outdoor weddings with the natural light. I do get it that it's cold in some particular seasons in California, and it gets really hot in the summers here. But, we're doing our best in what we can, and I'm glad that all these safety precautions are figured out for the entire wedding industry.